I want to now move into financial accounting. God bless you. Welcome back to another segment of my lecture, which is on financial accounting. For financial accounting, we're going to look at the cash book. When you talk about cash book, you are referring to a book splitted into one single column cash book. A 2-column cash book. And then a 3-column cash book. Look at the board very well. When you talk about cash book, is a book that records on the debit side receipts. On the credit side, payments. When you talk about payments are money going out. That should be on the credit side. Receipts represent money coming in. That should be on the debit side. In accounting, as far as cash book is concerned, the debit side can be greater than the credit side and vice versa. If debit is more than credit, accountant will say there is a debit balance. If credit side is more than the debit side, accountant will say there is a credit balance. When you understand that, you understand from the point I'm coming from. Cash book is split into 3. We have a single column cash book. The single column cash book is divided or is further divided into cash accounts and then bank accounts. This cash account records all cash transactions. Anything involving cash transaction will be in cash account. When you receive money by cash, you debit. You give out money by cash, you credit. Bank account records transactions relating to checks. When you receive check, you debit. When you pay out check, you credit. And remember, we are talking about cash account like this. This is what we call a T format. This is the debit side, and this is what the credit side. If you look at what I have written on the board, which I believe, you look at what I have written on the board. This is a cash account. Cash account. These are debits. These are what? Credit. That is cash account. And that is a ledger. Any account that has debit side and credit side is a ledger. And cash account is an example of a ledger. That DR you see on the left debit side, that DR on your left-hand side, if you look at that DR, if you look at it carefully, when you spell debit, it is D-E-B-I-T. That means in the spelling of debit, there is no R in it. In a simple language, DR simply means debit records. So in a simple language, we normally call it debit records side. So that's why we say debit side. We omit this. And if you look at that CR, it simply means credit records side. That means these records, in most cases, we take it off. Without wasting much of our time, the debit side means DR, it means debit record side, while the CR means the credit record side. On this side, when money comes in, we debit. When money goes out, we credit. In accounting, if debit is greater than credit, we say there is a debit balance. If credit is greater than debit, we say there is a credit balance. That's accounting for you. That is single column cash book. The next one is a 2-column cash book. That means a combination of cash account and bank account makes it 2-column. That is a ledger involving 2 transactions at the same time. On the debit side, you have the column for cash, the column for bank, apart from the other column that has date, particulars, folio before the debit credit, before the cash bank. On the credit side, you have the date, particulars, folio, cash bank on that side. So a book that contains 2 types of transaction at the same time is what we call 2-column cash book. We'll move on to the third one. The third one is called 3-column cash book. The word 3-column cash book means that this type of cash book contains 3 transactions. 3 transactions. The first one is cash. Another one is what? Bank. And another one is what? Discount. And this discount is divided into 2. We have discount allowed on the debit side of a 3-column cash book, and while discount received on the credit side of a 3-column cash book. Remember, all of them is still cash book. Debit side is receipts. Debit side is what? Receipts. While the credit side is what? Payment. So that means anytime you talk about cash book, it means receipts and what? Payments account. And for you to solve this question, you apply, whether you are solving cash account or bank account or 2-column cash book or 3-column cash book, you apply the knowledge of the double entry principle, which says for every debit entry, there must be a corresponding credit entry and vice versa. That means if the cash book is debited, when posting to the ledger, you credit the cash book. If the cash book is credited, when posting to the cash book, you debit the ledger. Remember, the ledger is where we apply the double entry principle, which says that every transaction must be recorded twice. We're going to take them one after the other in the next class. In the next class, when I will teach financial accounting again, I'll take the 1-column cash book, take a question, prepare cash account, post it to the ledger, and extract a trial balance. And that you will understand how to prepare common cash account, post it to ledger, and probably extract a trial balance. On this note, we have been able to let you know that cash book is also known as receipts and payment account. Debit side for receipts, credit side for payments. And that the cash book is divided into 3. A 1-column cash book, a 2-column cash book, and a 3-column cash book. And I've been able to explain to you the left-hand side of every account is debit. And that debit is written as DR, but the full meaning of DR is debit record side. And the full meaning of CR is credit record side. The debit side is for payments. The debit side is for receipts, while the credit side is for payment. When you receive money, you put it on the debit side. When you make payment, you put it on the credit side. And we have made you to understand that any of these 2 sides of whether debit or credit, any side can be more. If the debit side is bigger than the credit side, accountant will say there is a debit balance. If the credit side is greater than the debit side, accountant will say there is a credit balance. On that note, if you have questions, you can always put it in the comment section. I'll be willing to explain. Copies of guides to principles of account will be available soon. Get copies and then, read more and ask questions. If you need more clarification, please put it on the comment section. I'm ready and willing to explain. God bless you. See you when the need arises.